My name's Darcy Gould, and this is one of my sculptures. It's called Belle Poule. It's a bronze. I'll just turn her around. She's a complete 360-degree sculpture. I don't like sculptures that only look good from a few angles and other, the back doesn't do it or whatever. This piece was made out of wax, and then I make molds from the wax and get it cast in bronze and finish the bronze and weld it all together. This is the sticks that are holding the mask are stainless steel, and this is a green marble base. This piece started out, I made a little wax sketch one night in my studio, and it was about 18 inches tall. It was quite rough, of a bust of a woman from the Rococo period with those enormous hairdos, and I thought it'd be a fun little piece with these great big hairdos. And about a dozen friends over a course of a month saw it and said, half a dozen, whatever, "What's that?" And I told them. They said, "You should finish that." So I finished this other piece I was working on. I thought, what am I going to do now? I guess I'll do this. So I got a model and took pictures of her and started the wax. January 1st, 2004, new year, new piece, rah, rah. By the end of the first day, I'm thinking, boy, I'm not too charged up about this. I don't know about this. And I hummed and hawed for several days, and then I found, a drawing that I made in Australia about 15 years earlier of a woman from that time period with the great hairdo holding a mask on a stick. They used to have costume balls, and you hold your mask on a stick in front of your face. The mask on the stick, the face is smiling sweetly, and her real face was very conniving and calculating, hiding behind this facade. They said, "I'll do that. Now I'm charged up. Oh boy, now I'm excited. Yeah." And I thought, okay, the other arm needs something to do. So I'll have the other arm hiding something behind her back, and I could have this or I could have that. And I thought about that for a while. And I thought, I'll have another mask with a weeping face, like the theater mask, the happy and sad, I said, yeah, that'll work. Great. Okay. So I started doing that. And I went to the library to do some research on the hairstyles. And I got a bunch of photocopies, and the woman had a model ship in her hair. And I knew something going on about the model ship in the hair. I didn't know what it was, though. So I came home, made a cardboard ship, stuck it on her head, and said, well, that looks cool, but what's it doing there? And I was getting more books from the library, and I like books with pictures. And one of the books had an illustration from, the day of a woman with a model ship in her hair, and it said that France lost Quebec in 1754, and they weren't very happy about that. And about 1780, this French warship sailed out of Brest and found this English warship, which was called the Quebec, which is adding insult to injury, spying off the French coast. And they got into a big battle, and the Quebec was not only defeated, but blew up. And all these women put model ships in their hair to celebrate. And I lived in Quebec as a kid, so I said, that's close enough for me, ship goes in the hair. And it wasn't until I finished the piece that I found out that there were two battles. And the first one was 1778, where a French ship named Belle Poule defeated a superior English ship, and all these aristocratic women started wearing model ships in their hair. And then the next one was 1779, when the Quebec was defeated and blew up, and the ships either went back in the hair, or maybe they were still in the hair, or whatever. But this was 10 years before the French Revolution, so things were kind of out of control. Anyway, so the ship went in the hair. I thought I'd do a wave motif around the bottom of the piece, the top of the dress, to conclude the bottom of the piece. And there it is. It took quite a while to do that because I'd never done water before. And I still wasn't happy with the bottom, and I thought if I could get a Leviathan in there, you know, one of those ancient sea monsters that you see. And they usually have a head like a boar or something, and great tusks and such. So I mucked around with the scale and got this Leviathan to fit, and it just extended the dorsal fin up inside and welded it in, and there she is. And there's all manner of things that you can read into this. She's got, there's the tail, she's got two little whale's tails up in the back of her hairdo. So, but this is not a whale, this is a monster, and maybe the monster is up here, and here's the weeping face, and if you look at it from this side, it almost looks like a maternity piece, but what's she giving birth to? Well, it's a monster. And this is 10 years before the French Revolution, and there was a monster lurking just beneath the surface, and it was a real big nasty one, and they couldn't see it. And that's what this piece is about.